Podcast Show.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rich Myers, and welcome to the Rich Myers Podcast Show. Here from Bubba Startz. How you doing?
I'm great, Rich. Thanks for having me.
Okay. I listened to your track, Forgetting You. I thought it was pretty good. What influenced it?
Forgetting You's an old song, right? When I was in my early 20s, I read Jack Kerouac's On the Road at 18, and I was like, wait a minute, you could just like put what you have of a life into a backpack and hitchhike around. And granted, he was doing it, in the beatnik generation in the late 1950s, early 60s. But I read that, and growing up listening to a lot of, Grateful Dead and the hippie music, I was kind of attracted to the West Coast. So that's what I did, 19, 20 years old, kind of threw my guitar on my back and headed out that way, just experiencing life. And at one point was selling magazines door to door. And then when me and my buddy Rob, rest in peace, my brother, we jumped off, and we had actually found out that Rob had osteosarcoma, had bone cancer in his leg. I mean, we were pretty much homeless, right? We were vagabonds, and we're traveling around and kind of landed in Los Angeles and going between, Roach motels that we were paying, several $100s a night for, to hospital rooms. And it was just a crazy life, man. It was a crazy part of my life. We were surviving off of, either hustling and kind of whatever we could pull off at a gas station, to me playing music on the beach. Venice Beach was there, and I would go out there with my guitar case open and play for, 4 to 8 hours a day to provide the money that we needed to just survive every single day. And that moment in my life was the inspiration for the song. And you'll hear it a lot in there, the daily struggle to just survive. And was that life worth forgetting, like who I am, forgetting you, forgetting yourself, forgetting myself? It was all kind of based around that. Like, is all of this worth it? Is everything that we're doing and being in this life, is it worth forgetting who I am inside to do these things? Is that survival worth it? Or the things that I had to do, rather, to survive, worth forgetting who I was and changing who I was? And that's really the inspiration for the song, written, in a single sitting, essentially, as we're out there. I think you can kind of hear the California vibes in it. It's got kind of that laid back reggae beat to it. But also, there's kind of a change up in there during the chorus part that's maybe a little bit heavier, and speaking to the impetus of the making that decision. Like, I can stay here and live this life, and I can do this, but is it worth like forgetting who I am in the process?
Okay, let's take a listen to it.
Well, the clouds are blocking out the sun today, and I'm nervous about what the day will bring. I got too many troubles, just not enough time. Travel to the mountains, take a couple days to unwind, to unwind, to unwind my mind. But I won't give in to misery. There's too much on my plate today. I gotta keep on running so I can breathe, leaving my troubles and the songs I sing. Lord, I sing. But there is too many things that I've got left to do. Forget about all I've got to lose. Sun is fading now, it's time to choose. Is being myself, won't forgetting you. Wake up early and I scratch my head. Take a look around this room. I'm in this backpack is holding my life inside. I'm always running cause I just can't hide. Now it starts up just like yesterday. Rolls on a platter in front of me. Spirits, won't you help me please? Help me stay hungry. Help me stay hungry. Cause there is too many things that I've got left to do. Forget about all I've got to lose. Sun is fading now, it's time to choose. Is being myself, won't forgetting you. It's worth forgetting you. Forgetting your friends, forgetting yourself, forgetting to call me when you need some help. Whenever you're scared, I'll be right there. We'll get together and forget our cares. Come and take my hand, I'll heal your heart. I wrote you this song for when we are apart. But tonight we're like one, burning bright as the sun. Watching our love and rapture everyone. Come along with me, I know you'll see. It's not that we lead, it is our destiny. I made my peace, I made my way. Open these doors so I can lead my faith. Cause there is too many things that I've got left to do. Forget about all I've got to lose. Sun is fading now, it's time to choose. Is being yourself, won't forgetting you. Isn't worth forgetting you. Isn't worth forgetting you. Forgetting you.
Pretty good song. It was long, but
Thanks, Rich. Yeah. Well, and it's the longest song on the EP that we released, kind of squeezed it in the middle there for a reason. There's a story to tell there. I really had a hard time with that one, pulling it back. Most of the other tracks on the album are, in that more pop range, right? That 2 to 3 minute range. But I've never had the heart to kind of pull anything away because there was a story to tell and a situation that took a long time to develop. So I feel like the song needed the time to develop as well.
do you got any other songs, concerts, and what's next?
Yeah, well, this song is part of an EP that we just released called Long Time Coming. It's been 15 years or so since my last kind of full release. We released a couple of singles over the last 3 years, but I really wanted to deliver a body of work. And these songs specifically were kind of all of a certain ilk, that kind of rock, reggae, ska vibes. They were all in that similar vein. So I wanted to kind of produce those and to bring those out as a collection of works and not just as singles, which so many people release now. So you can find all of that at startsandends.com. We have a lot more information there. Obviously, we're all over social media. The songs are available on YouTube. They're on Spotify and the other streaming services as well. But yeah, really just hope that people kind of go to startsandends.com. I have a book that I've written about mostly my podcast, but there's some, autobiographical bits in there to learn a little bit more about me as well. That's called Building Your Scene. It's free at the website. So I hope everybody just takes a chance to check that out and to learn a little bit more about, the man behind the microphone, if you will.
Okay. How do you handle being away from home for a long period of time in your travel?
Well, it's funny you should ask. I just got home from a tour down to Nashville and through the Twin Cities. I was away from home for about 12 days, and it's hard, and it really speaks to what an incredible woman that my wife Danielle is, that she's able to take care of the kids. Now, it helps that she works at the elementary school that my children go to, so that keeps things a little less stressful. The only thing that really changes when dad goes out of town is that mom's doing the cooking instead of dad. And so I'm kind of a stay-at-home dad in a lot of ways. I'm working on my podcast, The Scene Projects, and our media company. We provide a lot of services for other artists in, the realm of production and promotion and, all the way through mentorship and those kind of things. So I work from home. I work from the studio that you see me sitting in now. And, that also means that while my wife is working, and right now she's actually going to school to finish her teaching degree and possibly pursuing even further education, that she's pretty busy. So to alleviate a lot of that stress from her, I take care of quite a bit of the, household chores, the cooking and cleaning, which doesn't bother me one bit. And she kind of maintains her education to continue making that steady income, right? Having that state job and the job at the school helps to relieve the stress on me to have to be that constant provider, because as we know in this music and media business, that it can ebb and flow. And things can be really good for a while, but that can be, taken away just as quickly sometimes. And we've been slowly building up our, our repertoire of songs and venues that we play. I live in South Dakota, so we're pretty far away from a lot of major markets. I'm 5 hours from the Twin Cities, about 5 hours from Kansas City. So anytime that I'm touring at this point, I'd rather just stay out, right? Give it 7 to 10 day tours, going out, staying out, and then coming back home for a few weeks and then going out again. So we're just finding this rhythm of our lives. I quit a job, welding in a factory in early 2024. So this is all still fairly new to us as well, but we're finding our footing. And we're finding a great audience for not just our music, but for the podcast, in which we, very similar to you, Rich, are supporting independent artists. We're having them on our show daily and supporting the other artists in the world, which is allowing us to really build a big network and a big community of independent artists who are inspiring the next generation of music lovers.
If it wasn't for music, what would you be doing right now?
I'd be back at the welding job, right? Or one of them in the factory. And I didn't mind what I was doing, but God has called me for something bigger. And I've always had music as a big part of my life, and working at the factory, while it provided a paycheck, it wasn't feeding my soul, and it wasn't feeding me on a spiritual level. Sharing my music sharing other people's music and being in this industry and in this world is what I was called to do. So it's hard now to even think about going back to that. I didn't really give myself an out, Rich, where it was like, well, I'll try this. And then there is no try. There is only do or do not, right? The old Yoda wisdom, right? Like I don't know any other way than to just make it happen. So we really set out for this road and to continue doing what we're doing now, having this album out. Our single Everlasting, which is kind of the first single off the album, is charting right now in the United Kingdom. It's on radio stations in France, and it's only been out for just over a week now. So it's really awesome to see for the first time in my life, my music really starting to take a forefront and to be the lead horse, if you will, that's kind of pulling us along. So really excited about this next year of our lives and our music careers and seeing where it goes.
Okay. Well, thanks for being on the show today. I really enjoyed having you.
Well, it was a pleasure being here, Rich. I appreciate you being on for independent musicians.